Hey, everybody. I hope that you are doing well. Okay, so a little update. I did a few videos on the Dr. Umar Johnson situation along with his daughters. And I also did a video on the other channel, about words to school. Let's be clear. I can see maybe some people don't understand the behind that video. The video just basically saying words to school is that telling you people say, oh, it's a scam. I'm telling you, based on the factors mentioned about business, you could pretty much see how things would turn out. But some are so emotional. Oh my goodness, what you mean? It's like, wow, did you not listen to the video? We're so emotional, not business oriented. And this right here, Dr. Umar has released a video. It's the Revenge Tour. Dr. Umar Johnson, Caught in Love, it's Baby Mama's Revenge Tour. Remember, he gave her 2 weeks. He gave the lady 2 weeks to produce the child, or else. Here we are. I'm not going to play the whole thing, of course, but I want to kind of expand on a few things. Basically, I'll just let him tell you. Seems that someone feels they were basically trapped. Here we go. It's just sad. Oh my gosh, that people just can't talk one-on-one. But again, he gave her 2 weeks, and I guess at the point that they really can't talk. So here we go. Sisters, as God is my witness. And he's talking about basically, just so you know, this is what he calls the vegan lady, baby mother number 2, and her father. I guess there was an emotional abuse there, allegedly, as I understand. There may have been that situation. And so he passed away. And when that occurred at that time, I guess he didn't still have any tears. That's what my take is from it. And she didn't cry. That to him appears to have been maybe a signal like, uh-oh, what not to do. But here we go. When that woman came to my apartment during my internship year and told me her father passed and showed me no grief at all, I said to myself, you better never get her pregnant. You better never get her pregnant. If you get her pregnant, you are going to catch hell. We talk about baby mom number 2, the evil vegan. And so, wow, about a year or 2 later, my dumbass made the mistake of linking back up with the evil vegan. She had an IUD, intrauterine device. She had that IUD in the whole time we dated, 2 years consecutive. Never got pregnant, never thought she was pregnant. We linked back up 2 years later, a year after the internship. She came to my apartment. Chestnut Hill Village. She came to my apartment. We made black magic. We conceived a child. The evil vegan called me. It wasn't even a week. And she said, I'm pregnant. Okay. I said, wait a minute. How are you pregnant? You use an IUD. You ain't pregnant. She said, no birth control is 100%. I said, uh-oh. She said, no birth control is 100%. I said, how you know so quickly that you're pregnant? How you know already? And the evil vegan said, I know my body. I know my body. I know my body. I said, boom, she got you. This was no accident. I've never heard of a woman telling a man within days, that I'm pregnant. Now, I must say, I have heard women say that it was just basically an emotional feeling. They're like, oh my God, I just sensed it. I just felt it. So I've heard that. I've heard other women say that. But as you can see, he said, what? She got you. No accident. I've never heard of a woman telling a man within days, that I'm pregnant. And then I say, how you get pregnant with an IUD? You never got pregnant before?
This was a one night stand after 2 years. This was damn near a one night stand after 2 years. You never got pregnant when I was seeing you every day. She said, no birth control is 100% effective. But I want to give the evil vegan a little bit of credit. You know why? Because after my baby girl was born, she admitted in her mama house. We got into an argument over custody, and I said something like, you trapped me. And she admitted it. She finally said, quote, we already have established that. Can we move on? Quote, we already established that. Can we move on? I said, you trapped me. She said, we already established that. Can we move on? So I'm saying to myself, the evil vegan knows my oldest daughter, mom, had kept me out of her life.
And he talks about that. So now he says, what? You trapped me. Anytime you have relations, we know that can happen. I don't know if he relied on her, which I really think personally, professionally, I just think it's too much information out there. I just think it's too much information out there. And the fact that people cannot get together and talk one on one and have this conversation, I think it's just so much damage been done that you can't come back from. And with everything being emotional, I think it's too much. So what he's saying, it sounds like to me what he's saying, hey, she had this form of birth control before, and now we're together, one night stand. It doesn't bode good, especially for the daughter. Oh, that's a one night stand, I think sometimes we can put too much out on social media. I said it before, I said it again, it should be a matter that they can handle behind closed doors, but they're choosing not to. It's too late. It's already out there. But again, this is the Baby Mama Revenge Tour. In case you want to go and check it out, the Baby Mama Revenge Tour. He said, you trapped me. And then he's saying that she basically confirmed it. What do y'all
we
think?
established that. Can we move on?
What do y'all think? Is it trap or just responsibility for your actions? Because we both know what can go on. As a man, did he have the responsibility to say, hey, you know what? I need to go ahead and take precautions of my own. What does that come into play? Or was it okay for him to just say, hey, we've been together, for 2 years prior, never had a pregnancy. She obviously was on, birth control. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that. But as a man, I want to know, do you all think? Because people can say, oh, being a doctor, of course, she's going to want to try, trap him. Oh, yeah. He's still starting out. So, yeah. Some people may think that, and I can understand that argument. But I want to know, as a man, let's say you're becoming successful, you're a new doctor, you've gotten these credentials, should you also be on the alert more so this kind of thing doesn't happen? Because he said, hey, you trapped me.
Pregnant before, this was a one night stand after 2 years. This was damn near a one night stand after 2 years. You never got pregnant when I was seeing you every day. She said, no birth control is 100% effective. But I want to give the evil vegan a little bit of credit. You know why? Because after my baby girl was born, she admitted in her mama house. We got into an argument over custody, and I said something like, you trapped me. And she admitted it. She finally said, quote, we already have established that. Can we move on? Quote, we already established that. Can we move on? I said, you trapped me. She said, we already established that. Can we move on?
Now, how would you typically respond to something like that? Again, I just want to know. He's obviously relying on, hey, we've been together, for 2 years, never a pregnancy scare, and then, as he said, a one night stand. Ugh. It's a lot of information put out, and he didn't give her name, so I must respect that. But it's like, this is a whole lot. It's just the child just doesn't need to know this. You know what I mean? And there are people who may know who the woman is, but he felt trapped. Do you feel that it's justifiable, or should it have been, hey, you know what, you're a man too. You should always also take precautions, not just rely on a woman to engage in birth control. Now, here's a part. It's not going to be a long video. Where he makes another statement. Again, the cat out the bag now. With regard to paternity. Okay? So let's go ahead and listen to this. Here we go. Again, this is the Baby Mama Revenge Tour. Interesting. Very interesting. He's making a comment saying that basically, you know, he feels that maybe it was a possibility that she wasn't for sure who the baby daddy was. Now, he's never denied either child, but he's making that statement that, hey, he feels that at some point she wasn't for sure who the baby daddy was, but he's pretty much, confirmed that, two of the daughters, that these are his kids. So let me go ahead and play that and let me know what you all think about this issue here.
Well,
Wow.
no blood test. I said, listen, you didn't let me go to no appointments. You didn't let me come to the birth. Oh, and guess what else, brothers and sisters? The evil vegan, she didn't give my daughter my last name or the middle name. She didn't give the princess of Pan-Africanism the last name or the middle name. I named my baby a Zulu name, just like Baby Smurf has a Zulu middle name. And you know what the real vegan told me? The real vegan said, my brother does not like that name. What? My brother does not like that name. Now, her and her brother are like 2 years apart. She's older than him. And she told me that my daughter, can't have the African middle name I chose because her brother don't like it.
Let me
What
ask
the?
you a question. Do you think it's possible because they weren't married? Um, did he have a say so in this? Because it looks like it took a turn like quickly. Would he have a say so in the name? Is it a joint effort, or is it up to the mother to say, hey, it's my child, it's our child, rather, I'm going to go ahead and give the name?
Your brother got to do with me and my child. What does your brother got to do with me and my child? What does your brother got to do with me and my child? So she didn't give my daughter my middle name. She didn't give my daughter my last name. She didn't invite me to the birth. She didn't invite me to no maternity appointments. I was completely isolated. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Y'all want to know why? I believe with all my heart that the real vegan was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father. Listen.
Now, he does say that she was married before, and they divorced. Unfortunately, he says that she was married before to a man, and I think there was a car accident, and they lost a child. Very unfortunate. That's just heartbreaking. And that, according to him, she allegedly felt that her husband at the time, had blamed her for their loss of a child. As a result, they split. The ex-husband reportedly, allegedly, got with another woman and got that woman with child. They had a daughter. And after he allegedly got with that woman and had a child, he then married that lady. Okay? He married her. So then her ex-husband, they split. He got a lady pregnant. And then he and the lady got married. So that's going to lead up to this point here.
Listen. I believe that the evil vegan was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father. And because she was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father, She kept me completely out of the picture in case I was not the father.
Wow.
Did she tell him he was the father while she was pregnant to try to sabotage the wedding? I don't know. Did she tell her ex-husband that he was the father to try to sabotage the wedding? I don't know.
So at this point, he mentions the wedding. This is the part where he's stating about the ex-husband who gotten a woman pregnant. They decide to, he goes ahead and marries her. Okay. So when he's saying the wedding, that's pretty much has led up to this point here.
But what I do know is I don't think she was sure. I don't think she was sure. And she did not want me playing daddy only for me to get a blood test and find out later that I was not the father. She wanted it to be the ex-husband. She wanted to destroy his wedding and she wanted her family back. She wanted to destroy that man's wedding and she wanted her family back. She wanted to destroy that man's wedding
Wow.
and she wanted that family back. So I know she didn't want me to be the dad. I was just the rebound. She wanted him to be the father. But in case it wasn't him, she needed me to believe I was the father, and ultimately I was. And when I decided not to marry her, in her mind, what do I need you for? I have my replacement daughter. You can kick rocks. All I needed you for was a replacement daughter. I lost my daughter. I always wanted another one. Thank you for the baby. You go have a nice life. I lost my daughter. I always wanted another daughter. Thank you for giving me a daughter. You can go and kick rocks. I lost my daughter. I always wanted another daughter.
Wow.
Thank you for the daughter, Umar Johnson. You can go and kick rocks. If you're not going to marry me, I have no need for you because after all, I'm in love with my ex-husband and I'm still mad that he got his fiancée pregnant and is going to marry her. Y'all want to know why she kept me from my daughter for 13 years? Now you know. Now you know.
So he's saying that basically, since he wasn't going to marry her, she's in love with her ex-husband. She didn't need him anymore. So she kept the child from him.
Let me give you a little anecdotal evidence. One day, I'm on grandma's vegan couch visiting my baby. Because I was involved until about 6 or 7. Until I had to become full-time caregiver for one of my loved ones. So I didn't have enough time to keep chasing her. She wanted me to chase her forever. When I stopped chasing her around 6 or 7, she took me to child support court. The real vegan took me to child support court when I stopped chasing her. She was having fun. She was having fun with me begging to see my daughter. She was having fun with me having couch time at grandma's house with my daughter. She never let me spend time alone with my daughter. And when I stopped chasing her around, she took me to child support. I can no longer fight because I had to take care of somebody who I love near and dear to my heart full time. And that's a lot of work. And I just couldn't do it no more. Hoping that she would just one day call me and say, let's make this work for your daughter. That's not right. She never called.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I'm sitting on grandma's couch with the princess of Pan-Africanism. One day I'm sitting on grandma's couch with the princess of Pan-Africanism. And her ex-husband fiance calls her. Her ex-husband fiance called and she says, I'm coming to pick up Junior. Can you have him ready? I'll be there in about 45 minutes. I'm watching this whole conversation. I'm sitting on the couch with the princess of Pan-Africanism. She on the phone with the ex-husband fiance. She says, I'm coming to pick up Junior. I'll be there in 45 minutes. She said, no problem. I'll have him ready. Do y'all think she told her son that his stepmom was coming to pick him up? She didn't tell that boy at all to get ready. Your father's wife, fiance, coming to get you. She waited till that woman got to her house. I saw the whole thing, y'all. I saw the whole thing. She never went upstairs. She never called him, texted him. She never went upstairs. And I'm sitting on the couch like, this is crazy. I'm sitting on the couch like, this is crazy. That woman told you to have her stepson ready. You told her you would. You don't do nothing. The girl shows up. The young lady shows up. And she calls her, I'm outside. She says, okay. She calls her son and says, your father's fiance is outside. Start getting ready because she's taking you for them for the weekend. And I'm sitting there like, this woman called you an hour ago. This woman called you an hour ago.
Well, maybe she thought it wasn't going to take that long. I would say that. Maybe that's what she thought. But this right here, the whole picture, it shows one thing. The whole picture, it shows me one thing. The dysfunction. The blended family, the community. I guess we can't do it. The blended family, the community, can't do it. So obviously, from what I can hear, it seems like he felt trapped. And I guess if he wasn't going to marry, then he was no longer needed. Okay? That's what it sounds like. No longer needed. So as a result, all the drama just seems to follow. The drama just coming.
Got to do with me and my child. So she didn't give my daughter my middle name. She didn't give my daughter my last name. She didn't invite me to the birth. She didn't invite me to no maternity appointments. I was completely isolated. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Y'all want to know why? I believe with all my heart that the real vegan was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father.
Do you think it's possible that the real vegan, the lady, she may have, all this drama going on. Maybe they were having a hard time. Maybe they thought, hey, it's not going to be peaceful. I thought about that. Could that be a possibility to say, hey, you know what? They may get into it. Is it going to be problematic? Leave him out. Was she hurt? Was she so? I don't know. But I just think it's a whole lot to unpack there.
Listen. I believe that the evil vegan was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father. And because she was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father, she kept me completely out of the picture in case I was not the father.
Now, even that right there, again, wow, I thought about it. Let's just hope that the ex-husband is not watching all of this right here. Because this may have been long, long ago. I don't know if they managed to marry to that woman. This could open up a whole nother wound. I wonder what he was fooling around. Why would he say that? All because folks, I guess, not able to sit down and have a conversation.
She tell him he was the father while she was pregnant to try to sabotage the wedding? I don't know. Did she tell her ex-husband that he was the father to try to sabotage the wedding? I don't know. But what I do know is I don't think she was sure. I don't think she was sure. And she did not want me playing daddy only for me to get a blood test and find out later that I was not the father. She wanted it to be the ex-husband. She wanted to destroy his wedding and she wanted her family back. She wanted to destroy that man's wedding and she wanted her family back.
Wow. But we can't sit down. I guess they can't sit down and have the conversation. I don't know how long the tour going to go on. I just think it would have been better if both parties could have sat down, meet in public, and talk it out. But what I see is a bigger picture. As this thing has grown a life of its own, it might as well be an AI robot. As it's grown on have a life of its own, I think a lot of things in the past are going to come up. And I just hope it doesn't adversely affect other relationships. Again, this is her perspective. He's offering to do a video with someone, not a Zoom, a live video, if they can get them, the baby mothers on the, together to have a conversation. But the fact that they can't do it, they can't come together and talk in person, it lets you know I don't see any healing that's going to begin. I don't see any healing. This is going to be, I mean, you would have to have, I think, at this point, like a professional intervention. I do think so. Anyway, it has developed a life of its own. What do you think? So he thinks maybe she wasn't sure, and he also feels he was trapped. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. I got to go, and I'm out. Again, it has developed a life of its own, but this is just a few from the Baby Mama's Revenge Tour, and I'm out.